Good, happy Sunday morning. I'm Riley King, and welcome to Politics. Let's get started. So, we'll begin. All the people that are protesting in in the United States and in New Hampshire, saying, not my president. Well, he is the winner of the election, and he is our president now. So, everyone should just try to live through it and deal with it and things. Kelly Ayotte being considered for defense secretary, report says. Senator Kelly Ayotte could play a role in the Trump administration, according to a report by the Washington Post. On Friday, the Washington Post reported that Republican senator is being considered for Secretary of Defense. She currently serves on the Senate Armed Service Committee. Ayotte lost her re-election bid to Democratic Maggie Hassan. Buckley considered bid for top DNC post. Let's take a listen to the video.
Right now you can get the Subcompact VX, the Compact B or L Series, or the bigger MX Special Utility Tractor with a low down payment and 0% APR for up to 84 months. And they all have the performance and durability you expect from Kubota, with a full 6-year limited powertrain warranty. See your participating Kubota dealer by December 31st before they're all gone. Where best means second to none, MD.
For too long, we've allowed the Washington, D.C. insiders really kind of control the National Committee.
Ray Buckley is exploring the possibility of becoming the leader of the Democratic National Committee as the party has begun post-election soul-searching. The party has had an acting chair since the convention in July, when emails released by WikiLeaks forced Florida Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz to resign. Already actively seeking the position is former Vermont Governor Howard Dean and former Maryland Governor and presidential candidate Martin O'Malley. Another former presidential candidate has a suggestion of his own, Bernie Sanders tweeting out the name of U.S. Representative Keith Ellison from Minnesota.
This is a young Muslim American from Minnesota who represents a new generation of leaders in Congress.
As for Buckley, he's been an officer of the DNC for the last 8 years, and his experience on the local level goes back to when he was 18 years old.
I have a sort of a perspective of what people want.
Leaders, including U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren, are urging the party to embrace a more populist economic message. Buckley sees the future of the party as taking more of a grassroots approach to campaigning.
I think that people understand that elections are won in the states and in the communities, not what's going on in Washington, D.C.
Well, Buckley expects to make his decision within the next few weeks. The new chairman will be elected in the spring. Live in Concord, Siobhan Lopez, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that report. With Sununu as governor, Republicans to control State House begins in 2017. For the first time since Craig Benson was governor from 2003 to 2014, Republicans will control the legislature and the governor's office beginning in 2017. Three New Hampshire legislative races appear headed for recounts. On New Hampshire Senate contest, a possible two-house race are headed for recounts after being decided by slim margins on Election Day. "74% call election legitimate, but with a vast pretense divided" poll. Let's take a listen to this video from ABC News.
Some deals fly right past you, and you'll never see them again. And some just don't fit. With Trivago, you're in charge. Simply choose what's important to you and find what you want. Trivago makes sure you see the deals you care about, so you can find your ideal hotel for the best price. Hotel Trivago.
We have a shot here of Trump Tower in Midtown Manhattan, where this morning decisions are being made about who is going to run this country for the next 4 years.
And we now know that Vice President-elect Mike Pence will be taking over the transition team. We're also hearing a flurry of reports about the various Republicans, including Rudy Giuliani and Newt Gingrich, who could move into some of the top positions in Donald Trump's cabinet.
Meanwhile, it was another night of angry anti-Trump protests out on the streets of some major American cities. In Portland, Oregon, one person got shot.
We'll have much more on the simmering divisions in this country coming up, but we're going to start with ABC's Mary Bruce, who is at the White House reporting on the transition from the Obama administration to a Trump administration. Mary, good morning.
Good morning. Well, the president-elect this morning is walking back from a central promise of his campaign. After meeting with President Obama, hearing his direct appeal, Trump now says he may keep some of Obamacare after all. Throughout his campaign, candidate Donald Trump said Obamacare had to go.
Obamacare has to be replaced. We will stop the Obamacare madness. We're going to repeal and replace Obamacare.
But now President-elect Trump says he's open to keeping parts of the Obama health care law. In an interview with 60 Minutes, he suggests two of the most popular provisions may be safe from the chopping block.
When you replace it, are you going to make sure that people with preconditions are still covered?
Yes, because it happens to be one of the strongest assets.
You're going to keep that?
Also, with the children living with their parents for an extended period,
you're going to keep
very
that?
much try and keep that.
What Trump's health care plan will look like, just one of the many questions facing his transition team, which saw a major staff shakeup on Friday. That team is now being led by Vice President-elect Mike Pence. He's replaced embattled New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, who's taking on a lesser role. And what about Trump's cabinet?
There are a number of people being talked about for different jobs. Ultimately, that's Donald Trump's decision.
Playing a big role in that decision, Trump's children. Don Jr., Ivanka, and Eric all named to the transition team. They'll help build their father's administration as they also help to build the family business. The potential conflict of interest is drawing criticism after the Trumps promised a strict separation.
We're not going to be involved in government. We wouldn't be involved in government.
So there will be a wall between you
100%.
and your siblings and your father?
We won't talk to them about it.
Cabinet contenders include Newt Gingrich, RNC Chairman Reince Priebus, and former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani, who's now being considered for Attorney General or Secretary of State.
So many positions to fill. Now, Mary, Trump has over 4,000 positions to fill, but presumably the most urgent right now is Chief of Staff. So what do we know about the direction he's leaning?
Yeah, well, in addition to Reince Priebus, Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, is also being eyed for the job. In fact, he visited here at the White House with Trump earlier in the week and even got a tour here from the man who currently holds the job. Paula?
All right, all of this to be determined. Mary, thank you.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Trump wants trial delay till after swearing in. Donald Trump's attorney want the upcoming trial on Trump University postponed until after his swearing in. Attorneys filed a motion Saturday night in federal court in San Diego asking for the trial date to be continued from November 28th to the day after presidential inauguration on January 20th. And that does it for politics right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your Sunday. Goodbye, everyone.